Hi, I'm Pastor Bob Gass. I've pastored the Harvest Baptist Temple in Medford, Oregon for almost 40 years. For over 25 of those years, we have enjoyed the honor of being the sending church and experienced the privilege of supporting Gary and Berta Keck in their ministry to Papua New Guinea. PNG has a population of over 7.5 million souls who need to hear the gospel of Jesus Christ. The Kecks, during their service in New Guinea, have established 6 independent Baptist churches, many of which are deep in the jungle interior. That's an amazing feat when you consider the culture and the hazardous obstacles their ministry must constantly endure.
We arrived in 1993, ready to minister to the people God called us to. It has been our goal to tell people the gospel of Jesus Christ and to establish Baptist churches. God has allowed us to indigenize 6 churches in this beautiful country just north of Australia. In October of 2003, we started Bible Baptist Church in Wandumi Village. In 2005, the village elders allowed us to obtain land and the construction of a bush building began. Over the years, God has grown His church. We marvel at His goodness. Our ministry has been enhanced with the arrival of Kenny and Kaylee Keck in 2014. Kenny's insight into PNG life and his ability to present biblical truth to our people has helped to prepare the church to be indigenized. God has blessed us with beautiful property and nice facilities. We were privileged to have Pastor and Mrs. Reno at the dedication of our newest building.
God is growing our church in other ways too. Babies everywhere. As these babies have grown, we introduced the new concept of toddler preschool nursery. Our first classroom sported a bamboo mat, but we were so thankful when a cement floor was added. Balls bounce higher, cars go faster, and blocks are stacked better. Not to mention, no more pinched toes by the bamboo.
Baby dedications have always been a special event, but the 2015 dedication held an added blessing. It was an honor to hold and pray for Julia, our granddaughter. Our church family also enjoys many events such as men and boys campout, ladies meetings, youth activities, family conferences, and revivals. Evangelist Paul Schwanke was a special encouragement to our people. Pastor Eric Sanders and Brother Birdsong were able to come and minister to our church through preaching and music during our 13th anniversary revival. We rejoice that in this term we have seen a steady numerical growth in our church, as well as significant spiritual growth in the lives of our believers. Please continue to pray for this growing ministry. Recently, Bible Baptist Church sent out its first church planting missionary to the mountain area called Celiac. It was a blessing to baptize 3 new believers from this church plant. Please pray for Brother Toomey, a graduate from our Bible school, as he pastors this new work. Church planting is just one aspect of our ministry. For the past 15 years, God has given me the opportunity to minister at WOW Baptist Bible School through classroom instruction and practical training in the local church. We are blessed with a beautiful campus that has been used for the past 40 years to train men and their wives for the gospel ministry. We are privileged to co-labor with Jim and Mary Bloom, Luther and Martha Smith, Stan and Teresa Rowe, and Kenny and Kaylee Keck. Since 2002, there have been 60 graduates and 50 churches planted by our graduates. God has allowed me to help Kevin, one of our young graduates, to start a new work. Verda and I drove over 2 hours on a treacherous road to the village of Mount Kindy. God blessed this initial meeting with 3 salvations. Today, a church exists, and people who have never heard the gospel of Jesus Christ are being saved.
Jesus once asked, "Have ye not read? But what if you could not read?" It is estimated that 40% of the population of PNG are entirely illiterate. Teaching literacy remains a priority in our ministries. Several of our students come with very limited knowledge of reading. I have the privilege of teaching Pidgin literacy to some of the new students. In their last semester of training, all of our students take a teaching literacy course. They look forward to using this skill to teach others to read Pidgin when they return to their villages.
Once Verda students learn to read Pidgin, they often ask her when she will teach them English. Knowing how limited the Pidgin language is, we desire to give them an opportunity to expand their understanding of God's Word. Although English is a national language, it is estimated that only 40% of the nation can read or communicate in English. We have been led to meet this need by starting an English as a second language class. For the last 2 years, Verda has taught evening ESL classes. The majority of her students had little or no knowledge of the English language when they began, but they now have an introductory level reading and speaking skills of the English language. When we return to the field, ESL will be incorporated into our teaching curriculum and be a required class for our students.
Revelation 3:20, Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my words, and open the door. Thank you for Mrs. Kecks teach me to read the Bible in English.
I want to say thank you to Mrs. Kecks for her time and efforts to come back and teach us again next day.
God is at work. The Bible School is meeting a great need for training future preachers of the gospel. However, the need for church planting is at the forefront of our ministry as we endeavor to reach individuals with the love of Christ in surrounding villages. Michael and his family would walk 2.5 hours to attend our services in Wandumi. We then began a bus ministry picking them up each Sunday. Because of the growing number of people riding with us, the Lord opened an opportunity for Thursday evening Bible study. In recent months, Kenny has now started services on Sunday in the village of Kaisinik. They are averaging 20 people each week. When we return to the field, our plans are to indigenize Bible Baptist Church and continue with these new believers in establishing a Baptist church in Kaisinik village.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
I want to personally thank you for partnering with us in sending the Kecks to Papua New Guinea. With your continued prayer and financial support, untold numbers of the population can be reached with the gospel, making an eternal difference for the lost souls of this island nation.